Hey everyone, today on this video from Homeschool Arcade, we're talking about sponges. Let's get to it. Now, right here you can see that I have two items that if you and I gave a quick glance to, we would call both of these sponges. Even if this one has a cool smiley face on it. But in reality, only one of these is truly a sponge that we would find in nature. At least, I hope we wouldn't find this in nature. That would be pretty weird. Now, as we look at the sponge today, I want you to consider something. Have we severely underestimated what a sponge is and what it can do? Now, you may be asking, what do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is, usually when you think about a sponge, the first thing that comes to mind is doing the dishes or washing the car or something along those lines. You're cleaning something with a sponge. But we have to ask ourselves, though, there's got to be more to a sponge than just cleaning something when we get it. What does a sponge do as it's in nature? Sponges are part of the phylum known as Porifera. And if you don't know what I mean by phylum, check out our classification video in the link in the description. But when looking at the characteristics of a sponge, here are some of the details. Surprisingly or not, sponges have a very simple physiology. Each sponge is only made up of 4 different types of independent cells. And to give you an idea of just how simple that is, the human body has about 200 different types of cells, each with 20 different types of organelle structures in each. A sponge is perforated. That means it has many small pores and holes, and we call these osteae. And as water journeys through the ostia, the water is filtered for food and oxygen. And then waste is also expelled through these holes as well. Hence, the phylum is called Porifera. Another thing about sponges is, well, they don't have brains. They don't have nervous systems, nor heads, eyes, legs, ears, muscles, organs, or even a circulatory system. But what they do have is an endoskeleton, and sponges often get categorized based on the types of endoskeleton that they have. And instead of having a digestive organ like you and I have stomachs and intestines, what they have is their cells do the work of digestion in the place of a stomach. So instead of the food entering one organ and then all the work happens, the cells are just there, present, as things are being processed, and they do the work.
FYI, for your information. Sea sponges have few natural predators because of the toxins they often release. One of these well-known predators is the sea turtle. And by the way, this is a sea sponge. It's dead. Other than that, the greatest threat to sea sponges is fishing and changes in water temperature.
Here's another. A sponge can pass more than 20,000 times their body's volume in water each day. Now, sponges were originally thought to be a type of plant until about the mid-1700s. Now, why are sponges important to the ecosystem? Now, to be honest, while there are most likely many good things the sponges probably do for the environment, it seems like there's still a lot of study being done. Scientists believe that sponges are important in the nutrient cycle in the coral reef systems, and they may be important factors to change in the water quality, whether good or bad. Now, if you have heard of any other recent discoveries regarding sponges in scientific studies, feel free to add it in the comments below, but be sure to add some source information for us as well. Okay, so what about us? How do we as humans interact with sponges? For those history buffs out there, in ancient Greece and Rome, sponges were often used to apply paint, as mops, and interestingly enough, sometimes as drinking vessels by soldiers. But during the Middle Ages, it was believed that the burned sponges were useful for treating certain diseases. Nowadays, synthetic sponges have largely replaced all the natural ones, but natural sponges are still commonly used in arts and crafts, like pottery, jewelry making, painting, and decorating. But I want you to hear about some of the exciting possible discoveries regarding sponges and some great medical breakthroughs. Right now, there's a large shallow water sponge in the Caribbean which contains compounds used in AZT, which is used to fight AIDS. And scientists from Charleston, North Carolina discovered that some oceanic sponges have a chemical in them called Agelophrin. And upon researching this, it was learned that it has a very strong capability to battle bacteria, which has several possible benefits in medicine, and research continues to this day on that. So with that being said, sponges have a great impact on their environment as well as possible medical breakthroughs. Perhaps after you've seen this video, the next time you see a sponge, it'll make you think twice about what is it that a sponge does. They're more than just cleaning tools. They're essential to the environment as well. We look forward to learning with you with more of our videos from Homeschool Arcade. So let's get to it. So we really have a lot of great information coming this way. And if you're interested in this topic or any of our other videos, please click subscribe and the bell so you can be notified as videos are coming out. And feel free to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And let's get to it.